All right, good evening, everyone. My name is John, and today is our day one of our AI automation training, our AI automation bootcamp, actually. So today's topic is going to be introduction to Anyten. So we are going to I'm going to be showing you how Anyten works. Anyten is actually a tool we use for creating workflows and creating automations and also AI agents. So I'm going to be introducing you to Anyten. I'm going to be showing you how it works and how to use it. So without any further ado, let's get into the training.
So let's get right into it. The first thing we are going to do is we're going to go straight to a web app or website called N8N, N8N, and then we are going to, when you open N8N, go straight to their website. This is what you'll see. This is how the website looks like. I have already created my own account, but for the sake of this video, I will create a new account. So we're going to say get started. Here we have to just put in our information. First thing we do, full name, let's say John Obina. Then company name, let's say Brando. Okay, so this is the interface you're going to see. I apologize for the delay. Let's just say I'm somewhere where there is not sufficient network. See only me. This is just a few information you have to just fill so that anything knows a little bit more about you and why you are here. Let's see podcast, submit, collaborate on workflows. For now we don't want to collaborate on workflows, so we're just going to skip this process. Now it's saying your workspace is starting up. Now when it shows your workspace is now successfully online, you are actually going to see this video, a short video here. This that explains a little bit, gives you a little bit introduction into anything. But for now, we don't want to watch that. We want to skip and go straight to start automation. So this is the Anyten workflow interface, or yeah, their interface. So I'm going to guide you through every single icon here and what their use is. Here is overview, which is the page where we are in right now. This is you see right here at the top right corner it says create workflow. As soon as you tap on this, you've already started your workflow creation. Now if you tap on this personal, it opens your own personal space where you will see workflow, credential, execution. Workflow here, once you have successfully completed a workflow, here you will see your workflow. You will see your different workflows arranged here. Credentials, well, as you go deeper into the training, you will see what a credential is, and I'll show you how to create credentials. And then execution of a workflow. Here shows the workflows that are running. So we are going to go to admin panel. This shows you your dashboard, and actually you can upgrade your plan, but for now we want to just use the free plan. So we're just going to go back. So here we have templates, we have variables. All right, here we see templates. The sweet thing about Anyten is that they already have workflows that have been done by several people or different teams online, and they are all here. So if you come here, you see voice assistant agent, email triage agent. Now these are workflows that have already been created and kept in Anyten. So you can just actually go there, download the workflow, and actually start executing the workflow. But that will be just, but without proper knowledge of it, you might not actually understand what exactly is going on there. So with this, what's new shows you the new updates in N8N and more like notifications. Here is where you can get help. If you come to this right top corner, this simply means project. It's still the same thing about, it's still almost the same. It's still the same thing as creating a new project. So we're just going to tap on that icon. Now it still opens the workflow, credential, and project. So we are going to just go back to overview, and we'll go straight to create workflow. So this is our workflow interface. So I'm going to guide you through everything here. Right here we have personal, as I explained earlier. It's where your various workflows are saved, and this is the name where you name your workflow. So we are going, for the sake of this video, we are just going to name this workflow to, we're just going to name this workflow example 1. As you see, as soon as I tapped enter button, the workflow has already been saved, even though there is nothing here. So if we come down here, this is Zoom Fit. Simply once you tap on it, let's say once you tap on it, everything fits back into the center. Each and every one of your workflow fits back into the center of the interface. This is Zoom. As you tap on it, your workflow space increases. Zoom out, it goes back to its normal size. Tidy up, and then reset zoom. Once you reset zoom, it goes back to its normal shape. And this is activate workflow. This is when you're done with your workflow. You tap on activate workflow in order for your workflow to start running. This is execution, evaluation. As you already know, I've saved this workflow. So with that information, now we are going to go straight into how we actually create workflows. If you come here, you will see add your first step. Once you tap on add your first step, this panel opens up right here. Now these are how you initiate your first workflow. This is the process on how you start or initiate your workflow. Now your workflow starts on a trigger. Something has to trigger your workflow. Something has to trigger the automation. The automation has to start when an action happens or as a result of something. So now we're going to start with triggering manually. When you say trigger manually, what it does here is whenever I tap on execute, then the workflow executes itself. I have to be present here to tap on the execute in order for the workflow to actually. So if we open up the node, now we see this information here. It doesn't really, there's nothing deep about it. It's just basic and direct and simple, straightforward. It just means whenever you want to activate this workflow, whenever you want to activate the automation, you come and you have to tap manually, and then the workflow executes. You can see workflow executed successfully, but there's nothing going on here. So nothing actually happened. We didn't see any result or outputs after our workflow have been successfully executed. So we're just going to delete this. By the way, each trigger has the lightning bolt behind them. This lightning bolt right here, that shows that this is a trigger. So for now, we are just going to delete this. Then we are going to go back. Here is on app event. So that means that this workflow will only be triggered when something happens within any of these applications right here. Now there are several applications accessible to you from N8N. That's the sweet part of it. You can connect anything to your Facebook, you can connect it to your WhatsApp, you can connect it to your Instagram. It doesn't matter what application. Every 19 a high percentage of apps are found here. You can even see PayPal here. So what happens on an app event simply means that whenever something happens in an application, let's use Airtable. Whenever an action happens within this application, the workflow will immediately activate itself. So the next is on schedule. This particular trigger, what it simply means is that you set your workflow to a particular time of the day. Let's say you're creating a workflow that posts videos automatically every single day. Now you're going to set it to paste a video on daily basis, or you can actually set it to paste a video on hourly English, oh Jehovah. You can actually set it to to post a video on hourly basis, and then hours in between trigger. I can make it 1 hour, 2 hours, doesn't matter. Trigger by minute at any minute. So once you execute this workflow every single day in a particular hour, that workflow automatically executes itself every single time, or every single hour in a day, that workflow automatically executes itself. And here we see on webhook call. This webhook call is actually a different topic on its own. I believe that's what we are going to cover tomorrow. I'll be taking you through the in-depth of webhook call, what webhook is and how it actually works. So the next we have here is on form submission. What actually this does, okay, let's just create one form. Let's say for a company or a business that actually want to, like, let's say, get information of potential clients. So we're just going to say, okay, done. On form submission, just going to say recruitment form. Let's just say scene. So what happens is, as soon as you execute this workflow, it immediately starts a listen. The workflow starts a listen. Whenever this form is filled and submitted, the workflow immediately is executed. As you can see here, the workflow has been successfully executed. And this workflow can be seen in schema, it can be seen in a table, it can also be seen in JSON. JSON is JavaScript. JSON is JavaScript object notation. This is a topic that will be covered on I believe the 3rd day of this training. So that's for form submission. This is usually used by companies to get information about their client, or things like that. You can also call a workflow, can also be called by another workflow. On chat message, this can actually be by doing a chat, when running evaluation, and other ways. So these are different methods by which a workflow can be triggered. Today's training, we are just going to run a very simple workflow. We're just going to create a very simple and short workflow, which is like an email workflow, a workflow that actually sends email on manual trigger. Let's just use manual trigger. I'm very sorry for how I've been explaining. I'm very tired and a little bit rusty. I just came back from a very long journey. I just arrived from a very long journey, so I sincerely apologize for the way I've been sounding and if I have been a little bit unorganized with my explanations. But I assure you to get better as you go along, and you get to understand even better. So let's just get right into it. Let's just run a very simple email workflow. So we're just going to use our manual trigger, and when we come right here. Now if you want to add other, alright, this particular thing here is a trigger. This is the trigger, but this is called a node. This is a node, and each and every one of these things that will be added here are also known as nodes. So now to create a workflow is made up of different nodes. Alright, so this is our trigger, a manual trigger, and then we are going to add a node here. We're going to add the email node. So when you come to the email node, you'll find out that you see things like delete a message, get many messages, and the rest of them. But for now, we just want to send a message. So now this is the node. This is the email node when it opens up. So what we are going to do, the first thing you will see is select a credential. What you have to do is create a credential. This is very simple and straightforward if you actually have an email or a Google account. All you have to just do is use your Google account to sign in. But in other credentials that we'll be creating as we go into this video, it's more complex than this. But this, for the fact that it's just an email we want to send, we just have to just sign in with our Google account, and then we're just going to come here, use our Google account, and we sign in. Just going to sign in here. As you can see, it says connection successful, which means account has been connected. Alright, so we're just going to come out of this place. Now you will see message labeled draft. What we want to do right now is want to send a message. We don't want to reply, we don't want to remove, we don't want to get, we don't want to delete, we want to send a message. So we're going to use an email, so we're just going to use my email. Pause. Alright, we just want to do a hello world message, just a simple email. Hello world. We don't want it to be sent as HTML. We don't want it to be sent as HTML. We want it to just be a simple text. So here's the message. The message, as we said, the subject of the message is hello world. Let's just say this is to tell you that I have started my training. Okay, seen a few mistakes or errors here. Alright, so that's it. So what we're going to see here is that as soon as we execute the workflow, the email address is going to receive a message immediately. So let's execute this workflow. Now we see workflow executed successfully. So we're just going to go and open my email to see if the message has successfully been sent. Let's go here, Gmail. I'm just going to open the email. So as we can see right here, this is hello world. This is to tell you that I have started training. So that means our message was successfully sent. So this is basically a simple and straightforward workflow. This is nothing. This is nothing compared to what we are going to be learning here. Anyone can say anyone can just say, what did we do here? The truth is, we didn't do much here. All we just did here, right here today, is just showing you how a simple workflow works and what you can do with a workflow. But as we advance, we're going to be learning more complex terms. As I said, tomorrow we'll be looking into the webhooks, APIs, going to be looking into how webhooks work and how to use APIs to connect different apps to your workflow in order for your workflow to run autonomously. So for now, that's it for today's training. I sincerely apologize again for my not being properly composed. As I said, I just arrived. So I'll see you tomorrow for the rest of the training. Thank you. So for those of us who are already part of the community, please let's revert back to the group so that we'll actually ask our questions and get our responses and follow up on this training. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.